All right, let's talk about something that's like the secret backbone of the internet. You ever wonder how everything just works? Well, we're going to pull back the curtain on the one core idea that makes it all possible: computer clusters. Seriously, think about it for a second. When was the last time a major app you use actually went down? It's pretty rare, right? How do these gigantic websites handle millions of people all at once without just falling over? That's the big question, and the answer is what this is all about.
Okay, let's break this down with a super simple analogy. Picture this. You've got this incredibly heavy box. No way you can lift it by yourself. But what if you get a couple of friends to help? Now the three of you can lift it, no sweat. That's it. That's basically a computer cluster in a nutshell. It's just a team working together to do a job that's too big for any one person or computer.
So let's translate that into tech terms. A computer cluster is just a bunch of computers, we usually call them servers, that are all connected and working together. The really cool part is that they act like one single giant computer. So to any application or user on the outside, it doesn't look like a bunch of separate machines. It just looks like one super powerful system.
Okay, so why go through all the trouble of hooking up a bunch of computers? Well, it all goes back to our friends in the heavy box. It's all about the power of teamwork, and there's some really huge benefits to doing it this way.
First up is something called high availability. So, back to our box analogy, what if one of your friends trips and lets go? The box doesn't drop, right? Because the other two are still holding it. That's exactly what happens in a cluster. If one computer fails, the others just take over its workload seamlessly. For you, the user, nothing changes. The app just keeps on working. Then there's high performance. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Many hands make light work. Instead of one poor server trying to handle thousands of requests all by itself, a cluster can split that work up among all its members. The result? Everything gets done way faster. And last but not least, we have scalability. This one's huge. Let's say your app suddenly gets super popular overnight. If you were running on just one machine, you'd be toast. It would crash for sure. But with a cluster, you just add more computers to the group. You can literally grow your team as you get more popular. It's designed to expand.
So, you put all that together, high availability, high performance, and scalability, and what do you get? You get a system that's just rock solid. It almost never goes down, it's super fast, and it can handle growth. This right here is why the internet we use every day feels so reliable.
Okay, so we get why clusters are awesome, but how does it all actually work under the hood? Let's take a quick peek. You might be surprised at how straightforward the basic idea is. Really, it all comes down to just two key components. First, you have the nodes. That's just the fancy name for the individual computers in the group. You know, our friends carrying the box. They're the workers. And then you have the cluster management software. Think of this as the brain of the operation, or the team captain. It's the thing that's telling all the nodes what to do, distributing the work, and making sure everything is running like it should. And this is where the difference becomes so clear. If you're relying on just one machine, that's what we call a single point of failure. If that one machine dies, your whole application is down. Game over. But with a cluster, you have resilience built right in. Since the work is spread out, losing one node isn't a catastrophe. The system is literally designed to handle failures and just keep on chugging.
Now, this isn't just some abstract theoretical stuff. Clusters are everywhere. They're the invisible workhorses behind the technology you use literally every single day. Let's look at a few places you might see them out in the wild. So clusters come in a few different flavors, each one specialized for a certain job. You've probably heard of Kubernetes, right? It's basically the king of clusters for running modern applications in what are called containers. Then you've got database clusters. These are absolutely crucial for things like online stores or banks, where you need to make sure your data is always safe and available. And for the really heavy-duty stuff, like analyzing mountains of information, you have things like Hadoop clusters, which are the engine behind a lot of big data analytics.
Okay, we've gone over a fair bit, so let's just zoom out and get to the absolute core of it. If you walk away with just one simple summary, this should be it.
This is pretty much the perfect way to put it. It's a group of connected machines that act like a single system. And the key part is, if one of those machines, one of those nodes, fails, the others just keep on working. That means the application runs without any interruption. It's computer teamwork, pure and simple, and it's all about making things reliable.
And there you go. The secret sauce behind all those ultra-reliable apps isn't some kind of magic. It's just really smart teamwork between computers. You now understand a fundamental concept that powers the modern digital world. So the real question is, now that you know the secret, what are you going to build with it?